Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the importance of calling the U.S. Department of Education, Navient, Nelnet, Direct Loans, Sallie Mae, whoever your student loans are with. You got to give them a phone call before next month or before February, okay? Mainly before you file your taxes. Here's why. If your student loans are in collections, if they're in default, if they're out of deferment, if you don't have a current payment plan with them, you most definitely want to give them a call ASAP. You got about less than 30 days to do so, to be honest with you, because if you don't, they're going to take your tax refund. Now, some of you guys are probably like, well, you know what? I don't really get a refund anyway. They can go ahead and take that. Yeah, the problem is that, if you're not necessarily getting a refund, then that could be a problem as well, because they're not getting paid what they should be getting paid, and it's probably hurting your, holding your score back. A lot of the credit reports that we see when we do our free credit report evaluations, which if you haven't scheduled one, please schedule one if you want to, and the 850 team will take a look at your credit report. Either way, most of the credit reports that we look at, if the clients are in the low 5s or the 400s, 9 times out of 10, student loans have to play a role, okay? Especially if they're under age 40, all right? So little things like that play a major role. Now, here's another thing. You're probably saying, well, Calvin, you know what? My refund's around $3,000, anyway, or $2,000, $3,000. So if I want to pay, if I want to pay them on a monthly basis, they actually do better. They actually get more money from me by taking my student loans. Because if you take $3,000, for example, divided by 12, you're talking about a little bit over $300 a month. Okay. So, but at the same time, you don't want to have to structure it like that, to be honest with you. As for those who don't know, I believe I'm not sure which one it is, Navient or Nelnet has a monthly payment plan as low as $5 a month. So they're extremely desperate. You do not want to ignore your student loan payments. You have to structure something. Otherwise, they're going to take, your student loan. They're going to take your tax refund. Okay. Again, I know everyone doesn't necessarily get a tax refund, which, by the way, you should most definitely talk to a different tax person. If that's the case, that means you're not structuring something properly. That doesn't mean that everyone should get a refund, but at the same time, if your income is under $40,000 a year, you should have some type of income. If you're over $40,000 a year, then it's time to get assets in which you can still get some type of refund. I had to learn that the hard way as well, too. You may have to check your dependents, but again, I'll interview someone that does taxes because, of course, my cousin is a licensed CPA. So, of course, we'll be doing a video fairly soon when we get closer to tax season. Okay. But either way, I see it happen all the time, in which people say, you know what, I don't worry about it. I don't care about it. I don't care about it. Just let them go and just take your my student loan. Just let them take my, my tax refund. You don't want to do that if you can avoid that. And then sometimes a lot of people don't know that they can do that they qualify for tax garnishment. And, it may get some people by surprise. So you most definitely want to make that phone call. It takes one phone call to set something up, whether it's a structured payment plan, another deferment that you may qualify for. You just cannot ignore the problem. Another thing too, I've seen people say, well, you know what, I got student loans removed off of my credit report, or I was able to, do something, and don't get me wrong, there are ways to get them removed. Here's the thing. Removed from your credit report. You still have it where the government has their own system. What does that mean? That means that if you're looking to buy a home, you cannot purchase a home with default student loans. Technically, you can. You can't go FHA. For those who don't know, FHA, Federal Housing Authority, they have an insured loan program called FHA, of course, and you only need to put down 3.5% of the purchase price. A good 60 to 70% of people buy their homes this way. Now, you can go conventional, where you can have you can put down 10 to 20%. There are some other plans as well and things of that sort. But again, the interest rates can be a little bit higher. It's because, again, if you have, I haven't met a person with student loans in default that's a credit score of 680, okay? And that's where the better interest rates are going to be if you're going to end up going a conventional loan, okay? So just little things to kind of keep in mind when you're going through this entire process. But again, I'm going to have the numbers to all of the departments down below in the description, so be sure to give all of them a call. You have to structure something. Ignoring them is not going to make things better. It's going to make matters worse. I had a client where, she was a 480 in February. She got pre-approved for a mortgage by June by working with us, of course. And long story short, we got all the way into about 2 weeks out of closing on the home, and they found out she had default student loans, had to kill the deal because you cannot get an FHA loan. And there was no way to see if the student loans were in default on the credit report. Only the person knows that, and of course the student loan companies, the government, things of that sort. But again, you know, it's hard for a traditional person just to see a credit report and just say, hey, your student loans are in default. So you most definitely want to take care of that, guys. Don't leave them in collections. Don't leave them in default. No, try to schedule something. Something is better than nothing at all. So if you guys like this video, like it. If you want to share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe, as we have nothing but great content on the way. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.